Hi YouTubers. I haven't made a video on my fish in quite a while. We've been going through the pandemic like everybody else, but I just thought I'd make one finally. I got a free moment. Things have been crazy. Just dealing with the pandemic and family and my shop, and it's just been everything. I'm sure, like you guys all know, it's just harder and different and sadder, and we're all going through this. For the people in the United States anyway. I know I have some viewers who are in other countries, and you guys are dealing with stuff too. I mean, the pandemic is global, and it's just horrific, and we all want it to be over, and we all want the world to be better. And America is going through a really, really rough time right now. And our president is now in the hospital, and I wish him and the First Lady all the best in the world. And I don't care what your politics are. I really hate to see people wishing death upon anyone. It's just, there's so much ugliness in the world. Why are we adding to it? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what your politics are. Can we just stop with the ugliness and the hate? We need more love in the world. And if you're not sharing it, I don't know. You got to look in the mirror. You got to look in the mirror, because hate is not the answer. No matter what you're going through, no matter what people are doing to you, you just can't cross over to that dark side. I really believe that. So anyway, here I am with the fish, and they're doing good. One of the things that, being home with the pandemic, I definitely have had more time with my fish. They need a cleaning today, and I'm going to show you. I'll zoom in here and show you. You can see the back wall. Look at all that on the back wall. That's from 1 week. And that comes off really quick with a sponge. It just floats right off. It's just from their food. They get beef heart and their flake food and their freeze-dried black worms. And, these guys are big. They eat. They're beefy guys. They're huge. So they get fed 4 times a day. So that food and the detritus, it builds up really quick in this tank. And that's why I've taken everything out. I just have a couple little tiny plants, and they have a lot more room to swim around. We still got the same 5 fish. These are the same fish that I've had since the beginning. Some of you guys have been here since the beginning following these fish. And they're really peppery. These are probably the pepperiest they've ever been. And you know why? Because both of my lights are completely out on this tank, and I've got to get new hoods, because it's not just the bulbs. These hoods don't last that long. So I need 2 new hoods. Something went wrong with the wiring. It happens. But my fish are doing good. They're all healthy, and they'll lighten back up. This peppering that you see, especially on the pigeon bloods, that it fluctuates, it changes, and it all depends on either their health or their surroundings. And right now, these guys are healthy as can be. And it's just because it's been so dark in the room, and it's been dark in their tank. So they like to try to blend in with their environment, and that's a survival tactic, and it makes sense, and it's a good idea. So I hope your fish are doing really good. These guys are doing good. Yeah. I don't have a whole lot to talk about with these guys. I mean, I have been doing the same thing with these fish, and I'm on Hans's Facebook page, and it's kind of funny because after years and years of keeping discus now, I've seen the same thing happen over and over again, as I'm sure lots of people like me who've been in this hobby for a long time can relate to this. But the same mistakes keep being made over and over again. And it's kind of a frustrating phenomenon, but it just happens. When people get into keeping fish, there's this phenomenon where you want to have a tank chock full of different species, and you want it to have all the pretty bells and whistles. And I'm not saying you can't have those things, but with discus, it's like you're fighting against a tide. You're really better off when you get these fish that are a little bit harder to keep than most fish. I'm going to say that. They are. They can be a little difficult. I don't know if it's their immune systems or what, but they seem to be more susceptible to parasites and disease. That is my opinion, and I have kept many different species of fish. I've had saltwater, I've had freshwater, I've had it all. I've kept koi. Anyway, discus can be finicky, and these guys have had their problems. And it's always been because of something that I did. Didn't just happen out of the blue. They don't just get sick out of the blue. It was always because I introduced either a bacteria or a parasite via another species of fish. It's that simple. You want to have healthy discus? Keep them by themselves. Buy them from one distributor or one source. And I'm not talking about your local fish store, because in my experience, and maybe not all, I will not say all, maybe there's some really good ones out there that don't do this, but most of them will buy discus from different dealers and they'll plop them all in one tank. And every fish store I've ever gone in, I see sick and dying discus. And I know exactly why they are like that. And it's because they've had fish come in from different parts of the world or different places in the country, different distributors, and you're mixing different parasites, different microbes, different bacteria, whatever the case may be. It could be flukes, it could be, parasites, it could be viruses, whatever the case, it doesn't matter. It's a sickness, and it will spread like wildfire, and one by one, the discus gets sick. They clamp their fins, they stop eating, they hide in the tank, they turn dark. You've seen it, you know it. It's always the same sad story. So anyway, it doesn't have to happen if you do follow these simple rules. Get a nice clean tank. Start out, if you have little babies, make sure it's, simple. If you want to have substrate in the bottom, fine. Just keep it really thin and easy to clean, because the easier and cleaner it is, the better off you're going to be. Buy your fish from one distributor. Do not mix your species. This guy's looking a little raggedy right here. But he gets like that now and then. He's fine. I don't panic anymore because I've seen this come and go. He'll get a couple white spots on him or whatever. I'll clean the tank and he perks right back up. But anyway, that's a different subject. Back to best scenario. So you buy your fish from one place. Do not throw in, I want to go get some whatever. Don't go get anything. Just raise your discus and keep them nice, fat, healthy, and happy. If you want another tank, these guys are too awesome and too expensive to just, why would you do that? Don't waste your money. And I feel bad for the fish because they don't even get a fair chance at a life. These guys, I'm trying to think of how old these guys are now. Going on 6, I think. I mean, that's pretty good. Anybody else out there got old discus? I want to know. I think I might have the oldest discus on YouTube. And if you know somebody that has discus that are older than 6 years old on YouTube, please leave a response. Let me know where I can see them, because I'd love to see them. I want to see some oldies. I want to see some old granddad discus somewhere. Because it's not easy to get these guys to be old. Well, it can be. I mean, I guess for me it is easy because I've followed the simple rule. I don't put anything in here. I made the mistakes early and it cost me a fortune in medicine, but I saved their lives. And I'm like, well, I'm never going to do that again. And now I don't put anything in this tank. They have their own dedicated, because I still have my other tank over here. I got this one with the goldfish in it, which is now hiding somewhere. But anyway, they have their own stuff over there, and the Discus tank has its own stuff over here. I still got my big water barrel. I age my water. I've been doing the same thing for years and years. I have nice, clean tap water that I age and I heat and I aerate in a barrel. And then every week they get a nice water change. And I have 2 big filters. So I've got a nice filtration system. I vacuum, I sponge the walls, but I'm not fanatical. And sometimes I let it go for a couple weeks and they do okay. You know, I don't like to do that because I think it's too long, but these guys do fine. Yeah, look at that. They're still fighting 6 years and we still get fights. What? People freak out over the fighting with Discus all the time. It's just crazy. That's their nature. This is what they do. This is totally normal behavior. These guys are all normal, doing their thing. This guy's over here. What's he doing? He's back here. You don't even know he's there. He's doing his thing. He's digging for food. So that's it. Just wanted to let you know that here they are. There's my Discus. Let's do a side shot. Can we get a good shot this way? Fishy, fishy, fishy. They're so cool. How can you not love these fish? Look at that eye. Each one of these fish has their own separate little personality. I can feed them out of my fingers. I fed them prime rib one night, which probably isn't recommended because it's probably too salty, and I just wanted to see if they would eat it a tiny little bit, and they did. They loved it. But it's beef. Yep, they're doing good. Doing good. I gotta thank Hans. Hans is the man. I'm still a big believer in his fish. He does a really good job. He's got consistent quality product over years and years. His customer service is top notch. Highly recommend Hans. Look him up on Google. If you want to get a Discus, go to Hans Discus. I highly recommend simplydiscus.com for a website on all kinds of information. There's so much information. It can be a little bit hard to navigate. But I really, really like their freeze-dried blackworms from Australia. These guys get that every day. Really good product. Really nice and clean and healthy, high protein. Always stable, consistent, really good customer service. Highly recommend it. So check them out, simplydiscus.com and Hans Discus for sure. And that's about all I got to say about this. I hope your Discus are doing good. If you got any questions or comments, if you guys want to see anything in particular, don't be afraid to leave a comment. I love to hear from you guys. Hope all is well. Hope you guys are staying safe. And let's just all hope we get through this. And there's going to be better days ahead. I really believe that. The pandemic's not going to be here forever, guys. We'll make it through. We'll get out the other side. And better days are coming. So until next time, fish people, peace out.